How do you drive more views? I'm with Roberto Blake, and that's what's coming up in this video. You dig?
Brian G. Johnson.
Hey, it's Brian G. Johnson. Welcome back to the channel. And if you want to not only upload, but amplify your videos, consider subscribing. Today, we're going to talk with Roberto Blake. This guy is a fireball of information, a conscious stream, and we're going to break down how you can drive more views. Roberto, welcome to the channel.
Thanks for having me, Brian.
Fantastic. Roberto, I want to get some ideas on what people can do to be able to move forward and really truly see growth in their channel. It can be frustrating, but my friend, you have done the thing that so few have. You have walked the path, you've made it happen. Go!
So one of the most important things I think you can do is, if you know the niche that you're in, you know the topics and the things that you're covering, you have to look at what thumbnails have been proven to work for that audience. You have to know your audience. I think that has been the entire theme of Vid Summit, where we're at right now. And I think that if you know your audience and you know what's in the marketplace, you know what they respond to, you know what they're clicking on, that will help you regardless of how big or small your channel is or you think it is. Getting those thumbnails right, getting those titles right is about meeting expectations. And then once you get that click, see, that's the thing. That's what's gonna get you the view. You need that click to get a view, you need that click to get a subscriber, right? So if you want to amplify and you want to grow views, you want more views, it is very straightforward. Look at what is already working in the market, don't copy it, but learn from it. Think about why, and then think about, is my thing on the same level as that, and how do I close the gap? And then, if you do that, then it looks right. You know, when Samsung and Apple, when they want to compete with each other, what do? They look at what's in the market, they look at what's working, they look at what audiences and consumers will spend money on, and they do that. Even if it seems a little bit like, oh, well, I copied you or I do that, they find a way to make it their own, or they get sued, and guess what? They do it, and it works, and we buy, because our expectations are met, because this is what a smartphone should be, and that's it.
So what I'm really hearing is it begins with having a clear understanding of who the audience is and what they're gonna respond to when it comes to a thumbnail.
Exactly.
So how does one go about the process of uncovering an audience, especially when you don't have one? You don't have an audience and you're trying to tap into a group of people to build that channel. How do you move forward and make that happen?
Look, every creator that you love and respect and admire so much that has so many subscribers started with the same number, 0. We all start with 0. 4 years ago, you guys had no idea who I was, did you? Right? So guess what? It's not impossible. You know, I was just talking with a creator who's followed me for the last 2 years, Bijou Mike. He is a gaming YouTuber. 2 years ago, he had 1,000 subscribers, small audience. He's at 750,000 now. He is on his way to a gold play button. He gets like 20 million views per month. And again, 2 years ago, you hadn't heard of him. So guess what? It is still entirely possible to make it in 2017. Everybody's like hung up on that. It's impossible, it's impossible. Oh, this doesn't work. You don't understand how hard it is. This guy followed me for 2 years, did all the work, used all the tactics, did the best practices, and he knew his audience. He figured out what worked. And so if you want to tap into that, you have to do some of the things that he told me worked. And part of that was he looked at what he would enjoy as a game. He looked at what was a new game that was out that had attention around it. And then he made interesting videos where he found an aspect of that game that nobody else was talking about and made his videos around that aspect of that game, right? So whatever you're doing, find a unique angle. Everybody talks about the market being saturated. So what? The thing is that for the angle that you might want to take, the approach that you want to take, that's what needs to be unique. You don't need to think of something, oh, nobody's ever talked about this thing. Guess what? That means there's no demand. But if you find something people are talking about, and you find a way to talk about it differently than anybody else, that's how you win.
Wow, I love it. A couple nuggets that I pulled out is, number one, go with something new. And that's why there are people in line every single September for the new iPhone. And that's why there are people that are so passionate and excited right now about the new Star Wars trailer just dropping.
Yeah.
People want something that is new, and when you jump on that, it's really riding the wave of supply and demand. Talk about that. How can we as YouTubers leverage supply and demand to do it, to make it happen, to blow up, for you to blow up?
You've obviously heard of TubeBuddy.
Yes.
Well, one of the things TubeBuddy has in the research tools, the Keyword Explorer.
Keyword Explorer.
Is the ability for you to look at what words, what phrases. Don't type in one word, please. Type in an actual sentence for the love of God. But type in that sentence, type in the thing that you would normally type into a YouTube search if you cared about something, and you can see how much search volume there is behind it, but also how much competition there is for it. Supply and demand. Look for opportunities where there is average to high search, but low competition. And by the way, even if there's low search on this thing in TubeBuddy, guess what? Low search in TubeBuddy might represent how many tens of thousands of people because of the fact that there's 1.7 billion users when it comes to YouTube. So don't ignore things that, oh, not a lot of people are searching for that. You have 100 subscribers. 500 people a month searching for something might be important because you might be able to pick up a few of them and double your number. That's at least one actionable thing you can do.
I think we talked about 1.5 or 2. So supply and demand and really leveraging things that are new. And this is trends on YouTube. It's new movies, it's new books, it's a brand new game coming out. Roberto, thank you so much for sharing information that is helping people to move forward and create something awesome. Roberto, where can people hook up with you, my friend?
So you can go to youtube.com/RobertoBlake2, and that's the number 2. And if you're looking for a little bit of mentorship, you want a little bit of help, you want a little bit more access to me, or if you, beyond YouTube, are trying to be a creative entrepreneur, make money online, I'd encourage you to check out awesomecreatoracademy.com. I'm going to actually hook up your audience, Brian, with an affiliate link. We'll put it down below.
Excellent.
And you know what? They're going to get a percentage off. They're going to get something off. I want to help out your community. I want to get them in the doors so that they can hang out with us. You know what? I didn't have a group of people to bounce ideas off of.
Excellent.
I didn't have somebody to tell me how to do anything. I had to bumble through it and make my mistakes.
Yes.
So I built the group that I would have wanted to be a part of. I built a community that I would have wanted to be a part of. I've always just made things, created awesome things that I just didn't have. And that's always what drives me.
You know, if you gain anything from this video, think about the simple phrase that I've heard from Roberto so often, and that is to create something awesome today. Check out the links in the descriptions. Roberto Blake, high five. Let's bring it back. It's been a pleasure.
My pleasure, Brian.
If you want to not only upload, but amplify your videos, consider subscribing. Here on the B to the G channel, I upload new videos on Tuesdays. That's Tuesdays, Thursdays, and I live stream or drop another videos on Friday. I'll see you next time.